If you're looking for the best GoPro mounts for filming your fishing trips, this video is for you. I'm going to share all of my favorite mounting systems from my 10 years of experience filming my own fishing adventures, and I'm going to provide you with links for each piece in the description field below. If you're new here, my name is Barry Rager. I've been filming my fishing trips since about 2012. This video is part 2 of a 3-part series titled Filming Fishing. In part 1, I go over all of the GoPro cameras I use for my YouTube channel and the recommended accessories. In this video, part 2, I'm going to go over all the mounting systems that I use. I'm going to provide sample footage for each position, and I'm going to talk about the positives and negatives of each. Part 3, which is strategy, is yet to come, and in that video, I'm going to go over editing software, computers, camera settings, camera setup, and how to make money on YouTube if that's what you want to do. But let's get started. When it comes to mounting systems, I consider there to be 2 types. The first is some sort of a body-worn mounting system, like something you'd put on your chest or on your head. The second is what I consider to be a hard mount, like maybe a tripod mount, a clamp mount, an adhesive mount that you stick to your boat, but basically something that's permanently attached. But let's get started with body-worn mounts. So probably one of the most popular ways to wear a GoPro while fishing is on your chest. So if you're not wearing a chest pack, what you want is what they call a chesty. So it's a harness that holds your camera on your chest. Let's go ahead and watch a couple clips. One of them is from a bass fishing trip at Crane Prairie, and the other one was at Leeburg Lake with my grandson Charlie.
Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, there we go. There you go. Oh, that's not a bad bass right there.
Oh, we got one.
There you go.
Oh, you got one.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh, that's a.
Oh, it's a fighter.
Oh, can I keep it? Can I keep it? It's gonna be mine.
So as you can see from those 2 clips, I'm very mindful of where my arms are at when I'm filming with the camera on my chest, because you can easily forget about the fact that your camera's on your chest and your hands are right in the way of the view. Let's watch another little clip that I just love. It's my wife surf perch fishing. She's newer to fishing, and so this is kind of an example of how that can interfere with the view of the camera.
Got one? Yay! Yep.
So as you can see, she has the perfect fishing woohoo. But the reason I play that clip is you can see that her arm is in the way of the camera quite a bit of the time. Now she's new to fishing, so that's understandable. She's not quite as mindful as I am when I'm filming with the camera on my chest. So now let's go over the GoPro chesties that I own. Now keep in mind I have several because I have some to lend out for people that are fishing with me. But if you can afford it, go with the GoPro brand. It's about 40 bucks. They're cut a lot bigger and they're just a lot better quality. I'll go ahead and put it on just to kind of show you how it works. It's got this plate on the front that holds the GoPro camera, and you just click it in like so. Like I'll go ahead and take like my GoPro Hero 9. It's got what they call a buckle mounting system, and that just clicks right in. And that's just how you'd wear it, just like that. But yeah, again, I would recommend the GoPro brand just because these other ones are a little bit too snug for my liking. Now, if you're gonna go with one of the cheaper ones, I think the same top one, that's the brand name, is about 16 bucks. It's not bad, it's still a little snug. I should mention that I am 6 foot tall and about 200 pounds. So if you're a smaller stature, the same top might work well for you. But I just don't think it's quite as good a quality, but I think it's one of the better quality ones of the cheaper aftermarket brands. I have one, I don't even remember the model. It's super small, super tight. I want to say I paid like 10 bucks for this. I actually let my grandson wear it on that fishing trip, and it fit him just fine, and he's 8 years old. So go with the GoPro brand if you can afford it. So now let's say that you're wearing some sort of a chest pack, so you can't use a chesty because the chest pack would cover it. So I have a couple of my old chest packs here. This is an old Umpqua Overlook 500. I use it for surf perch fishing and sometimes for steelhead fishing as well. It has this little strap right here that you can attach one of these clip mounts to. These clip mounts are really cheap. They're only about 10 bucks, and I have it clipped just like this when I'm fishing. So let's go ahead and watch a couple clips when I'm using this system right here.
Oh, bite. Bite, 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 bite. Oh, there we go. It's a good one. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's a big fish. Oh God, it's a big fish. They wanted the nightmare jig. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh my goodness, it's a good fish. Look at this thing. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my God, that's a beautiful fish.
So now this clip system worked pretty good for that little clip I played from the surf perch, but if you notice when I set the hook on that winter steelhead, I kind of reared back, which caused the camera to pan up. And I'm not crazy about that. It does happen when you have a chest mounted camera and you're going to set the hook on like bigger fish. But the reason I played that last clip is with the clip like this, I was able to take it off, submerge it, obviously hang on tight because you don't want to lose your camera, but I was able to release that fish with some underwater footage, and you wouldn't be able to do that with a chesty. The other thing you can do to attach these if your chest pack doesn't have a loop like this is you can just open up like a front pocket like this and just close it up like so, and that works that way as well. These things are also considered to be a backpack strap mount because you could put it like on a backpack strap, and this swivels so you could potentially mount it like this. The only problem with that is now it's kind of facing a little bit more of an angle away rather than directly in front of you. Now GoPro also makes a clip mount. They're a little bit more money. They're about 25 bucks, but the cool thing about them is they have a magnet system. So you could clip it to any kind of a metal surface, so that's kind of cool. The other thing I like about these is it has the buckle system, so you can actually remove your camera from the mount. That way you don't always have to take your camera off of one of these buckle systems. But they're again about 25 bucks, and these ones are only about 10. So now let's talk about head-mounted cameras. Now I know it looks nerdy, but it gives the viewer the best perspective. Let's take a look at a couple clips.
I can just get one good head swoop this way. It's not quite there. Oh man, almost right there. There we go. There we go. Oh my God. Oh wow, that's a big fish. Oh man. Oh man.
So the great thing about a head-mounted camera is it's always pointed in the direction that you're looking. And like that clip with the hatchery steelhead I was trying to net, I was by myself, I have a little wading net, my body's bladed because my rod's back like this. If I had been wearing a chest mount, it would have been pointed that way and I would have lost that footage right there. So again, they look nerdy, but they give you the best perspective. So there's a couple ways that you can mount a GoPro on your head, one of which is just using a strap mount like this one. This is actually made by GoPro. They're about 20 bucks, and you can put it on right over your hat. I'll tell you what, I never wear this because it squeezes just enough that it gives me a headache. So if you see me wearing a head-mounted GoPro, you're gonna see me wearing one of these hats with a built-in GoPro mount on it. They're only about 16 bucks. So here's my Hero 8. All you do is you put the buckle mount right on it. You wanna make sure that the GoPro angle's correct. You might use your pickup mirror or maybe even just the window just to make sure that the camera's facing directly in front of you where you're looking. Because if you have it mounted like this, you're gonna be filming the sky. But that's probably the best way to wear a GoPro on your head. So the last body-worn mounting system I'll show you is this backpack strap mount made by a company called Tellison. They're only about 12 to 15 bucks. Even though they're designed to wear with a backpack, these new Umpqua chest packs have a strap on the front that they work with really well. It's just held on by Velcro. It wraps around that strap, and you can see it has the GoPro mounting system built in. Now at the bottom here, you can see I have a couple of belt keepers. They're just acting as spacers to keep that mount as high as I can get it so that it's filming directly in front of me. So let's go ahead and watch a couple clips from Steelhead Road Trip, and you'll see that both David and I are wearing the same system.
Oh my God! Woo! Oh, wow. Come on, baby. Come on. Get it, get it, get it! Oh my gosh!
Okay, ready? Wait, hold on.
Here he goes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Woo!
That was a pretty incredible steelhead that David caught, but you could tell from those clips, this is a great system. If you're wearing a chest pack on the river, you can see David's was camouflaged, but he's got the same exact mounting system on his pack as well. So now moving on to hard mounts. So the first one I'll show you is a flex clamp mount. Now I use this primarily for my pontoon boat. I clip it to a bar behind me, so it's giving a perspective looking towards me and beyond me. I also have used it for clipping to like a boat, maybe a bar. You can also maybe use it to clamp onto a tree limb. But let's go ahead and watch a couple clips utilizing the flex mount.
Oh, I got. Oh.
You got one?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
He is a.
Goodness. Oh! Right there! Oh! Oh my goodness! Oh! Oh my God!
So my wife Janina is not going to be real thrilled with me for showing that clip, but I love that video. She had went through breast cancer treatment in 2020, so she lost her hair to chemotherapy. And so it was just growing back at that time. But I absolutely love that little clip. Her reaction's priceless. The other clip is a bass fishing trip from this year, and it just goes to show what a great perspective this can provide if you just clip it onto a part of your boat. So probably one of the most important hard mounts are tripod mounts. And as you can see, I have a whole bunch of different models for different purposes. Let's go ahead and watch a few clips utilizing some of these tripods as GoPro mounts. Now in those first two clips, I was running one of these Joby Flex 1X model tripods. They're just little, they're lightweight. I was running an old Hero 5 on it, and I was in an area where I wasn't really close to my truck. So I was able just to kind of tuck this into my chest pack and carry it along with me. In that first clip, I was by myself, and I just had it as a secondary camera to record kind of an overall scene. And in that second clip, my buddy Jacob and I were fishing, and I was running in time-lapse just as B-roll. Now those second two clips were filmed utilizing a little bit bigger tripod. Even though this breaks down pretty small, it goes up to 50 inches in height, and they're pretty inexpensive as well. I think I found a similar model on Amazon for about 15 bucks. But you may have noticed that those clips were the overall perspective of a couple of clips that I had played earlier with my body-worn videos as well. So I'll quickly go over my tripod, starting with the GoPro Shorty. Now what's nice about this is the legs fold in and create a handle so you can use it for vlogging. It has an extension so that you can use it kind of like a selfie stick. I have a couple of these Joby Flex tripods. I use this one mostly. It's the 1X model. This is the 3X. It's a little bit heavier duty, but this one's light. I use it to carry on the river with me so I can film B-roll or some time lapse. So as far as my larger tripods, this is a 50-inch aluminum model. I use it if I'm a little bit closer to my truck and don't have as far to walk as my secondary camera. And if I want to film like a talking head, like an instructional video, I'll use this thing. It's a little bit more solid, but it goes up to 6 feet, so I'm looking right into the camera as I'm standing on the riverbank. But these are the tripods that I use. I should mention that if you're going to use a tripod other than the GoPro model, you need a GoPro adapter, and it just screws onto the top of tripods. But again, all these links are down in the description field if you want to try to find a model that works best for you. The next mounts I'm going to cover are bar mounts, also known as net cam on Rage Fishing. So let's go ahead and watch a few clips utilizing bar mounts.
Right there. Is it bounce? Yeah, that's a fish, Barry. That's a fish. Watch that steel or that lead. Is it on? Yeah. Okay.
In those first few clips, I was running what I like to call the net cam, and all that is a bicycle handlebar mount like this one attached to the handle of your net. Now, the other two clips, I was utilizing some bar mounts. In fact, this is the one I was using to attach a GoPro to the tower on Daryl's North River during our Chinook fishing trip. And as you can see, it was able to capture not only me setting the hook on that spring Chinook, but also when we were driving down to the ramp and Daryl's rods got hung up in a cable wire. So that's why Risco and I were laughing. Now, there's a bunch of different bar mounts. Again, the handlebar mount could be used on a bar like on the tower as well. I already showed you this one that has the tripod mount on top. But if you have a little bit bigger bar, like part of Daryl's tower actually has 2-inch bars, in that case you need a roll cage bar adapter like this one. This is made by GoPro. It's 40 bucks, so it's kind of spendy, but it's very heavy duty. And then I got a couple of these. They're only 1-inch handlebar adapters, but they're only like 10 bucks. So from 10 bucks up to 40 bucks, there's a bunch of different variations. Another handy way to mount GoPro cameras is using adhesive mounts like these ones right here. Now, I've got these things stuck all over my drift boat, my pickup, but let's go ahead and watch a couple clips utilizing adhesive mounts. So today I was packing just one rod, and I gotta say it was so nice to not be encumbered by a bunch of fishing rods. In that first clip, I was utilizing a flat adhesive mount on the back of my drift boat. I was elevating my camera using an extension like this one, just so the viewer has a little bit better perspective. The second clip, I was using a curved adhesive mount on the dashboard of my pickup truck. That way I can do post-fishing interviews and I don't have to worry about holding a camera like this. Another way that I use the adhesive mounts, like for surf perch fishing, I have one attached to my cooler. I have to carry this anyway if I catch anything. That way I don't have to carry a tripod and I can just clip it on like this. Anyway, adhesive mounts, very handy. Adhesive mounts are pretty cheap. I would recommend getting some flat ones and some curved ones as well. That way you have the right mount for the right surface. I would also recommend getting some extensions, like this is an 8-inch extension, and I've got some smaller ones as well. But as a reminder, I'll put these links down in the description field below. So last but not least is filming underwater footage. Now I do that with a selfie stick. They don't actually make this model anymore, the GoRad. I haven't been able to find it anywhere, but I found some similar models and I'll put those down in the links below. But let's go ahead and watch some winter steelhead footage utilizing the selfie stick. So as you can see, those are some pretty cool clips of some winter steelhead utilizing a selfie stick. Now I have a housing for one of my old Hero 5s. Audio is not much of a consideration for me when filming underwater just because the water noise is just too loud, and I generally turn it off and just turn the music up during those clips. But because this is laying on the riverbank and stuff, I don't want my camera getting banged up. So there you have it. That's a complete list of all the mounting systems I use for my GoPro cameras for filming my fishing videos. Part 3 is going to cover strategy. I'm going to talk about editing software, the computer I use, camera settings, camera setup, and if you're looking to make money on YouTube, I'll explain how you can do that as well. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out with YouTube. Hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. If I earned it, give me a thumbs up. That helps as well. If you have any questions about anything, make sure to leave them in the comment field below. I always get back to everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.